The other one which was sick early, he cut it, but more.
Samuel Elia, a farmer in Bukatarema Parish, Bukali Sub-County in Bulambuli district, is distraught. He has just lost the entire season's maize crop to a new disease ravaging Eastern Uganda, Western Kenya and Northern Tanzania. Maize lethal necrosis disease has hit 16 districts including Busia, Tororo, Bulambuli, Kapchora, Mbale, Sironko and all their neighbors. Elia expected to harvest over 50 bags of maize from 1 acre of maize field, but he now expects less than 20 bags.
The name of a disease, just call a disease, that's why it has been affecting all our crops.
The ravenous disease is a combination of 2 viruses, the sugarcane mosaic virus and the maize chlorotic motovirus. Each of the viruses can infect and cause a different disease on their own, but co-infection by both viruses results into the maize lethal necrosis disease.
And as the name suggests, it is a very lethal disease because you can lose up to 100% of your crop. It affects the leaves, it affects the tassels, it affects the seed. In a way, it affects the whole plant.
Bulambuli District Agriculture Officer Alfred Sekeri says almost every maize field in the area is affected by the disease, posing a threat to food security in the district and the eastern region generally.
Every garden in Bulambuli, at least you get some disease of maize lethal necrosis. The level of infection in terms of incidences per garden, at least we have a garden, every garden is affected.
The disease was first recorded in Bulambuli in May 2013, but the first case was reported in Uganda in September 2012. Scientists at the National Crop Resources Research Institute in Namulonge, Wakiso District, have identified its symptoms.
What you do when you get the disease, you'll get the plants which become stunted. So they become shorter than they should actually be. So you get very short plants, they look yellowish, and the leaves are mottled. That's where the name mottle comes from.
In East Africa, maize lethal necrosis has its origins in Western Kenya, and it is believed to have been imported in either sweet corn or wheat from Asian countries. The disease quickly crossed borders into Tanzania and Uganda through the uncontrolled seed trade. Team leader, Serious Program at Namulonge, Dr. Godfrey Asia warns farmers against buying maize seeds from Eastern Uganda to avoid spreading the disease to other parts of the country. Farmers in Busoga sub-region are also cautioned against planting maize near sugarcane plantations.
In the meantime, let's avoid buying seed from where we know the disease is already present in Kenya. So farmers in Eastern Uganda, they get a lot of seed from Kenyan side. So I've advised them to get seed from mainly Uganda because we know our seed is still clean.
Scientists in East Africa have pooled resources to come up with resistant maize varieties expected to be ready in 3 to 5 years from now.
We collect all the germplasm we have, particularly the ones on the market, and we'll send them to Kenya to screen them for the disease by artificial inoculation. So that means you put a high pressure of the disease on those materials and see which one's resistant. Where to get those results?
The Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries has embarked on a campaign to create awareness of the disease in the affected districts.
We first informed by local political leaders, and even they put an advert on the radio and through other messages.
This is raw maize, but it smells fermented. The disease has not only affected the incomes of farmers, but has also increased food insecurity in the region. The farmers' agony is unmistakable.
In 2012, Uganda earned $28 million, approximately 65 billion shillings in maize exports, but this revenue stream is now expected to take a nosedive.
It is increasingly becoming a food crop, and we know that schools, institutions like schools, prisons, hospitals use a lot of maize as food. So everybody is going to feel the pinch if the maize industry is affected. It means school fees will increase because food prices have gone high.
Scientists are still trying to establish where the virus resides when there is no maize and which insect transmits it. This may provide a breakthrough in research on how to control its rapid spread. Meanwhile, farmers are encouraged to practice crop rotation, cut and burn all infected maize crops.
This burning is what is going to help the disease to go on top of crop rotation, vector control, and other cultural practices like increasing the amount of fertilizer in the garden.
Tiawa Satumba Abubakar, NBS Television, Sunset.